Hello, 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 everybody. I am your androgynous AI game show host from the future, Caster. And this is the Neon Caster Twitch channel. Let's get some jams going. Please do tell me if the jams are the appropriate level for your ears versus my voice. How is everyone doing? Yes, some jams from jam to jam. Jam Time VT doing their part in the raid. Thank you for your part of the VTuber Pride Parade. I learned a lot about Yuri manga, which I don't read very much of. Ooh, close. This one's from either Somnium Files, but definitely the same energy. We have a specific playlist going that runs exactly 2 hours, so I know precisely how long all of this is taking me. We're going to be doing our best today. But yes, welcome everybody. Hi, hello. For those who are tuning in at the very start of this and didn't get the memo as Wagwan today, I am taking part in the VTuber Pride Parade that has been organized by Ali Darkfire. Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm glad that you've also played the Somnium Files. It's a good-ass video game. Ali Darkfire, this is the third VTuber Pride Parade that has occurred. If you don't know what that is, basically, over the course of the next 24 hours, we are going to be passing from member to member of this particular collab who are all doing a specific event. Shout out for Ali. Hopefully that works. It did work. We're each going to be doing a thing of our own expertise for an hour or 2 hours. And then we're going to be passing on that raid to another person, adjusting my microphone in a way where we can make sure that we actually get some goddamn light on the mini that I'll be painting. That would be good and important. Yes, and all of it to raise money this year at least for the Trevor Project, which is an LGBTQ plus welfare charity for the US. If you don't know, well, across the world. I currently reside on Turf Island, the UK. We definitely have our own horrendous issues with homophobic and transphobic bigots in our own country. But the US is also absolutely going through it right now, and everybody deserves support, love, and care. Regardless of your gender or sexuality. So we're raising money for that today. How am I raising money, you ask? Oh, well, that's a very good... this is a very good question for you to ask. What we have is a miniature painting bid war. I have 4 minis to show you today that we will be painting. We have the current donation totals, because I've been running this all week so far. To the left, there. Currently, we have the Noise Marine at $20. Having a flamethrower machine gun electric guitar and a giant mohawk. We have the Jet Set Hacker, which I did. I've kind of done the base painting on these. Use priming spray and a white brush to kind of pick out the details to make speed painting over the next less now than 2 hours a little faster and easier. We have the Thembo Fae. Look at those abs. Look at those wings. Yes. And then we have the Greco-Roman Fashionista. I have a different pride flag in mind to paint for each of these, but which I am painting is entirely dependent on you. It is a bid war. Any donations that you make to the link, let me just double check that the link is actually working, otherwise this is going to be very embarrassing for me. Okay, that's working. If you go and click that link to go to my Trevor Project page and donate, then we will be painting whatever mini is in the lead. Painting whatever mini is in the lead indeed, because we are currently in a stalemate between the Thembo Fae and the Fashionista. So I definitely want that tie to be broken before we get started. And also to make sure that the donation system is working. So if anybody would be so kind as to donate, literally even a cent would break the tie as it currently goes. But obviously if you donate more, that would be very kind of you. We much appreciate you if you do that. We can go get started. I didn't engineer this, by the way. This is just the kind of the way that the circumstances shook out. In terms of what people donated for so far, and also current currency conversion rates. But yes. Let me go and refresh real quick just to make sure that there is actually something that's gone through. Not currently, but that's okay. But yes. In the meantime, though, for those who do not know what I am and what I am about, I am your androgynous android game show host from the future, Neon Caster, tabletop RPG designer, streamer, voice actor, and general internet ne'er-do-well. You may know me via my previous appearance and continued ongoing help on the Fluffy Barrage Twitch stream, a VTuber invitational tournament for the Pokemon series of video games. We have our new series of Scarlet and Violet contestants coming up in August, which we're very, very excited for. But in addition to that, I do actual play streams. I write NPCs and locations and stuff for an ongoing world that I'm building. And I do lots of Pokemon video game collabs with a very good friend of mine, Raffy the Owl. We are currently making our way through Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Yes. Also, please do, chat members, try to go for a little refreshing out. Thank you very much. Give me a second to make sure that that is actually properly working on my end too. I love technology. Also, it just so happens that the dono links that we're using right now don't have like an in-browser source, which would make this a little bit faster, but we persevere, we move. Oh, there we go. It's taken. Let's see that Thembo Fae get colored up. Absolutely. Thank you very much for the $5 jam time. That has put the Thembo Fae in the lead. We are going to go and update that text, which is an important thing for me to do, because that means everybody knows where we're at. Thank you for the $5. Much appreciated. That can continue to stay there, and we will get our Thembo Fae put in the piece. Now, if you chilling out there want to see something other than the Thembo Fae, we're not locked into painting this for the next 2 hours. What you can do, this is an ongoing bid war, is go and counter donate. Either you can shore up and continue to donate to the Thembo Fae, who actually have decided to paint in the gender fluid pride colors of pink, white, magenta, black, and lavender blue. But yes, you can also donate and for a different miniature if you want, and I will live swap. I will continue to swap which mini I'm painting as long as there is an outstanding winner for the rest of the 2 hours. So please do get your additional donations in if you would like to go and see something different. But for now, we're going to get it going with the Fae. I am, if you don't already know, and you can probably tell from my design, I am very much a cyberpunk lad, a cyberpunk boy. I live in the future. I live in the digital space. I am officially 2,500 pixels tall. So I'm leaning away from the mic for a bit while I go and actually find where some of my paints are. That would be a good thing to have on hand. But I do have a soft spot for the Feywild in Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons is not necessarily my game of choice, but I do love fairy settings in particular. So I am gonna be enjoying painting this one up. I did actually buy some new paints yesterday that I might be using. Two of them, two speed paints, Pastel Lavender and Pastel Indigo, which are new from new from the Army Painter. Pastel colors and contrast paint are actually kind of uncommon. So I was kind of like, oh yeah, that sounds very exciting. I'll definitely go and put those to good use. So let's go and get a little bit of pastel indigo going. Oh, very watery. Okay, that's fine. And we're going to be using that, I think, as a color base for the wings, and then building up as we go into other colors. Because this is a speed, ostensibly a speed painting thing, I'm going to have to go and work quite quickly, and also make sure that I'm doing this at a distance that you can sensibly see. Do let me know. Oh my gosh, I might have to actually. If it's that liquidy. It's that liquidy, I might have to bring out the big guns and use the dry palette. Hold on. My brush and my teeth. Hi, Deck. How's it going? How's it going? I am doing well, thank you. As we have previously talked about, but I will raise again for those who may be tuning in right now, we are doing a donathon supporting the Trevor project. Fantastic LGBTQ plus welfare support charity. Where, you know, they are making sure that regardless of your gender or sexuality, if you are having queries or issues in your life regarding your sexuality, they can lend an ear and support to you and more. To raise money for them, we are doing a dono bid war for the various minis that we are painting. And as a result, we are doing a bit of speed painting here. So I am very quickly, because I know I have only 2 hours, painting up a mini. But what mini we paint is up to you. You can donate money using that ! mini dono. In chat, we'll give you a link to where you can do so. And you can donate for a mini. Make sure that you say what mini you're donating for, and then remind me in the chat to go and look, because it does not auto-update. And I will change what mini I'm painting depending on who is in the lead. So if you're not down with the Thembo Fae, you can donate for something else. We're going to also go and paint one of these toadstools in this lavender blue. What model is that? Oh, this is... Oh, gosh. This is a 3D printed one. And it's from a line of mini paint of 3D printed minis that do lots of D&D high fantasy ones. But near the end of last year, as I understand, they revoked their license for people to print and sell the miniatures. So you can only print it yourself. You can't sell it commercially anymore. So when one of the manufacturer printing sites that I follow was like, oh, we can't print this anymore, get it or forever hold your peace. I was like, okay, bet. So I got this and a handful of other fairy style characters. I really love the pose and outfit for this one. It's so cool. Yeah, I think I got all the bits and pieces that I know I definitely want to paint Pounder Blue. I might want to go and switch colors. Maybe I can start working on skin tone. Let's go and get our... What kind of colored way do we want to do the skin tone in? We have the Cadian flesh tone, but we also have sunny skin tone that we can work with. Looking at the color scheme, leaning towards pink is probably going to be the more sensible plan, right? We can maybe go for a bit of a salmon if we work with this and pink. So we're gonna start shaking up some paint. We're also gonna start shaking up some Emperor's Children pink, since we know we're going to be using that in places as well. Good shake. Give it a good shake. Catching your stream and it's 3 a.m. I know, right? Time zones are difficult for the best of us. But hey, thank you so much for joining us here. And I'm going to push this pretty hard. I can be pretty aggressive about this. If you want to make a mark on attending the stream, even if you can't stick around for too long, and I understand if you need to vanish, but you can leave a mark on your visit by donating to the Trevor Project using that link. It'd be much appreciated if you did. Thank you. Kisses. Kisses. So we're going to get a bit of a blend of this bubblegum pink and this flesh tone for a kind of much warmer flesh tone that we can build up with. Oh gosh, that is definitely very bold and contrasts quite nicely with the purple underpainting. I must admit, when I decided that I wanted to go and do a speed paint thing, I enjoy mini painting and I'm getting better at it every day. But the I'm not necessarily great at painting them quickly. So it will also be a practice in trying to embrace that done is better than perfect. But also, you know, I want to do right by all of y'all and give you a good show of the talent that I have learned so far in terms of miniature painting. I have improved. I think Det can actually test. Is this 3D prints writing issues related to the OGL? I assume that's what it was. Oh, possibly. It was kind of in advance of that kind of period. I don't know whether the manufacturers of like the designers of this particular like high fantasy mini were specifically doing like D&D stat blocks to go alongside, but I can see that being an issue, a factor in the process. Oh, thank you very much, Deck. I appreciate it. I am always a fan of I quite like even though a lot of the miniature painting space is quite grim, dark, Warhammery kind of energy. That's not really me. I quite like painting very, very vibrant, brightly colored things, you see. So I like painting in neons, hence the name. And trying to find ways of painting stuff in maybe unexpected ways or non-standard ways is something that I'm very much enjoying doing at the moment. In fact, when we start busting out the magenta, that is also going to be this kind of pink, very almost bubblegummy skin tone is working very, very well, actually. That's one of the things you kind of end up learning a little bit on the fly as you work on these. The process of kind of like color theory work. You know, the sense of what colors go together and why is definitely something that I have improved on and acquired a keen eye for. To return to Cybernetic Susurus's point, though, yeah, after a lot of people kind of complained about WotC's OGL shenanigans and they've stepped back from it, so a lot of the people that were relying on D&D adjacent stuff for their livelihoods are not completely SOL, which is good. I'm glad that they're able to kind of keep making their things. I think more than anything else, I've kind of taken this, or I like to think that hopefully this is a reminder for people who only play D&D and nothing else, that there are actually a huge range of games out there that are probably much more supporting to their creative efforts than what Wizards of the Coast might do. The OGL isn't just stats and such, it's the iconic monster designs and features. True. I think there were a lot of minis in that lineup that were specifically of monster manual-like things. This is a pretty generic fairy, so I obviously don't really need to worry too much about that. I think they had like some Spelljammer stuff in their lineup as well, right? So yeah, no, that definitely yes, please, everybody should play things that are not D&D. I'm glad you also agree. What is your tabletop RPG of choice then, Cybernetic? For me, my favorite system ever is probably Net Battlers. I have already managed to get some of the flesh tone on the wing, but that's fine. That's fine. We can fix that. Which is an independent-made game inspired by the Mega Man Battle Network series, which is a series close to my own heart, as you can probably tell. Masks, yes. Masks is very good, very good. My personal favorite PBTA game is City of Mist. City of Mist was going to be my second in the list. Give me just 1 second while I go and check that things are as they should be in the world. Things are as they should be in the world. Marvelous. Cool. Like I do when the mechanics and narrative mesh and feed each other perfectly. Yes. There is. I just realized that he's got his whole midriff. They've got their old midriff out, and I should also be painting that. But yes, while sometimes you can be in the mood for a fight game, you know, just to go and play a tactical war game, I do enjoy my role-playing with a hefty helping of narrative drama, which D&D is not specifically designed to accommodate. So finding games that allow the drama that I would personally want out of a gaming experience is kind of what I look for a lot, and what I write, as I say, as I design my own tabletop RPGs. So you know, I feel that everybody who's into tabletop RPGs in general should give writing their own system a go. It doesn't need to be a 300-page fantasy heartbreaker. In fact, it just generally shouldn't. But it is a good way of really exploring and stratifying out what you do and don't like about game design. Especially the way the influence mechanic works with adults automatically wielding influence over the teenage heroes. Yes, the process of that kind of like exploring that kind of relationship of adulthood versus teenagedom. And finding your own identity. There's no surprise that a lot of queer people like Masks. There is a lot in there to like if you enjoy exploring those kind of themes. Okay, cool. Let us start poking at the magenta. I really like using De La Rowney's fluorescent pink ink, but we also have some Volupus pink contrast paint that is more of an actual magenta. We're going to be using a blend of those. In two places, actually. We're going to be using it in detail spots on the skin, but also to go and do, I think, his hair, one of the mushrooms. Again, shaking the ink up. We want to make sure that the particulate that's in these is thoroughly mixed and not separating in a way that we don't want. Yeah, looks good to me. Especially since we're going to be mixing that with a whole lot of fluorescent, so it doubles essentially the amount of paint that we're using. There we go. Get that nice and mixed up. I'm using this a handful of places. I definitely want to use it on the hair. Yeah, the idea or the plan is to speed paint to color block all of this in, and then hopefully we'll have the time to kind of go in on the details. Oh gosh, getting the hair is fiddly. Okay. We did get a little bit on the wing, but we can clean that. Other tabletop RPG stuff that I've been interested in at the moment, actually, is Spire and Heart by Grant Howitt. I relatively recently finished a Heart campaign, actually. It's kind of like dark surrealist fantasy dungeon crawler. Oh God. My mug of coffee stuck to my placemat and then spilt everywhere. Give me just a second to go and wipe all of that up. I am very sorry. BRB. Right, okay, sorry. Not a terrible spill. There have been worse, but very embarrassing. And also my precious coffee. I don't want to lose it. Right, sorry. We are going to actually switch brushes to a more detailed one. Going for detailed brush work is maybe a risky choice because obviously that definitely slows down the rate that I can paint things at. But the accuracy is something that I tend to desperately need. We're gonna do like this middle toadstool in the magenta as well. God, always embarrassing when bits and pieces like that go suddenly very wrong. Certainly worse things that can happen. I've heard you still traumatized when they actually drank from their paintbrush water. Bad. No, it's I have enough wherewithal where I have my setup in a way where if I happen to spill water for any reason, it's not going to fall on anything important or electric. So in that way, my kind of pre-planning has been very smart. But a thing that we're going to be going and doing is that we're just going to use the magenta wash in the recesses on the skin to help give a suggestion of blood underneath the skin. It doesn't need to be a lot. It's just enough to kind of help suggest that there is blood there. We're going to go back over in the skin tone in a bit, but using a light wash in places to help fill those kind of gaps. And also, it's all about getting color depth, right? Okay, cool. And under the wings as well, I guess. Okay. Just maybe pulled a little bit too much there, but that's all right. And we can kind of go in with our pinky flesh tone again and start building up another layer to cover a little bit of the patchiness. We're just wet blending it in. We'll see if we even actually have the time to get to highlights. Hey, there may even be somebody that pulls ahead with a different miniature to donate for. After all, if you go and put that exclamation mark mini dono in chat, it will take you to the Trevor project page. for this event, or for my part of the event, rather. I noticed your Wii video games mentions playing games that take place on tabletop elements. I love Citizen Sleeper. Citizen Sleeper was so good. I really adored that game. I teared up at the ending that I chose. They recently announced kind of like an official tabletop RPG with a vinyl and an art book, and man, I gave them my money mad fast. Yeah. No, they're working on an official tabletop RPG that uses Blades in the Dark proper, like a proper Forged in the Dark system to build on it. And I think they recently announced the Citizen Sleeper 2. I must admit, I haven't managed to find the time to go and play the DLC yet, because I do believe there are 2 DLC stories that are released for free that I need to get around to. But in general, love that game a lot. I will be so bold as to say I like it more than Disco Elysium. It is definitely a Disco Elysium-like in what it aimed for and what it's inspired by. But I found DE a very good game, but too joyless for my taste. So the fact that there was a bit more hope, I think, in Citizen Sleeper, or just people just not yelling homophobic and racial slurs, even made up ones, which D had a lot and I found very uncomfortable. Is there anything else that I want to do per Magenta? Let's go and do his big poofy pants in Magenta. I can probably switch back to the big brush. I don't need to use the tiny brush here. Get some more of that going. Citizen Sleeper is a gorgeous game, absolutely one that came out and shocked me with how much it grabbed. Yes. And like, there are games that have trans allegory in them and do them poorly, and there are games that have trans allegory in them and do them well. And I think Citizen Sleeper is one that is actually really good at having a satisfying and meaningful trans allegory in what the main character is and about. The way that they have had to leave their previous living situation because it wasn't safe for them, but also they need a regular supply of meds that keep their sense of existence functioning correctly. And that sometimes having to go and do very compromising or difficult ethical choices to be able to continue to afford those meds was something that... Oh, the gardening commune area. Yeah. See, that's what I mean about that game has a lot of hope in it. It's a pretty miserable place, the Eye. And the game goes to lengths to talk about how miserable it is. But there are people there that are actively in the process of trying to change their lives and the lives of other people for the better. Which is, you know, what cyberpunk is, right? The punk part of cyberpunk is the specific pushing back against the powers that be that would rather you not exist in the form you are. And I think Citizen Sleeper does a very good job of actively talking about and embracing that idea. The magenta pants came out very cleanly. Nice. I wonder what the white is going to be for this then. It could be the shoulder pad. Could be the staff as well, or the cloak. We could do the cloak in white. Let's get a bit more of the. Oh, actually. How do I want to tackle? We are going to use a little bit of pale sand. Oh my god! I just managed to unglue. This is all going pear-shaped. I've managed to unstick Mans from base, which is not ideal. Oh my god. Let's fully pull you away from base then, since you're going to be like that. There we go. This is what happens when you rush. This is fine though. We can paint the base separately now and use blue tack to go and prop up the Mans this way. I also like that with the gangs, they made a point that they're ultimately marginalized people defending themselves in their community because others won't. Yes, I get what you're saying about Disco Elysium being a bit rougher. Citizen Sleeper deals with a very dystopian world, but one that's blooming with hope and humanity that grows and survives despite it all. Yes. Which I think I was just more in the mood for. As I say, this is not me saying that Disco Elysium is like a bad game or anything like that. It was just dour in a way that I really wasn't into. Also, fun running the blockades in the DLC. The DLC is one, as I say, the DLC is one that I've not seen yet. So no spoilers. No spoiling me. Right, okay. So we're using a little bit of a warm white. I should probably use a very watery warm white to build a little bit on the scarf, which I can then run a white contrast paint over to get it to feel like a coherent white. I played it at launch. You need to go back and check those updates. Yeah. No, me too. If anything, I appreciate y'all reminding me that that is a thing to do. Did also like Disco Elysium though. Unfortunately became suspect to the exact same evils it was critiquing. Yeah. Embarrassing, honestly, but at the very least, the didn't really fool anyone. I think is I think a positive takeaway from that. You know, a lot of people were kind of like, "Oh, I see what this is," and no, you're not. I'm not letting that. I'm not letting that be a thing. So it's kind of good in that way that people wised up to it very, very quickly. A capitalism will assume all critiques of it into itself. Yeah. Sadly inescapable. This is already in white. I might be able to just well, I want to kind of give it an undertone then. I guess that's what the blue is, what we have the pastel blue for. We can give it a bit of a wash to even if it is actually very watery. Okay. Hey, Oceanax! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being part of and checking out the Pride Parade. We are making our way. I've had a handful of very minor setbacks. One of which was me spilling my coffee, and another which was me knocking my Mini off the base which it's attached to. I may just have to pin it in place so it doesn't like go wandering while I continue to paint it. I'm rushing slightly as it might be evident, and I probably don't need to, but also I am not very used to trying to go and finish painting a miniature in this short a period of time. So I'm trying to not dilly-dally. But that's okay. We're making our way through it. We're good! Hey, we've only really been working on this for almost an hour, and it's already... well, less than an hour, because I had preamble to do. And it's already looking pretty good. I think I might actually go and do some of the wood, because I enjoy using the contrast paints on wood, actually. It's very satisfying. And we're going to be getting some hardened leather. Where is our dark wood contrast paint? There is a point where your paint collection gets so big and then suddenly finding stuff is hard. There we go. And then we also want our black. Cool. We'll be using 3 colors to paint the wood. Speed paint hardened leather, speed paint dark wood, and Vallejo Express color in Black Lotus. Black Lotus is really interesting. There's like a blue undertone to it, which we're going to be doing first. We're going to be painting from dark to light. Hopefully this area will be not too liquidy. There we go. I might need more than... oh, thank you for the follow, Shimax. Much appreciated. Are you prepared for your part of the... looked up the Citizen Super TTRPG, and this is interesting. Cycles of the Eye is driven by a Taro deck. Ooh, ooh, yes, yes. I love me some Taro deck stuff. I own too many. I genuinely learned how to read Taro so I could do that for the queer trans witch coven I am friends with. No joke. I genuinely learned how to read Taro just so I could do sessions with them. I'm yet to actually proper do a Taro deck TTRPG. It is definitely on my list. I'm glad that so many are also into tabletop RPGs like I am, though. That's sick. So yes, we're going to be working with the black in the deepest recesses in the mini, and we're going to be kind of how to put it, blending it in as we go, so we can be pretty rough and reckless with it. Sorry, holding it up a little closer, and then we're going to go into our dark wood. And dark wood works really, really nicely with a purple undertone. I think the color that it gives is very rich. I really quite like that. Really works nicely for skin tones as well. I have a number of minis that I have painted in dark wood. It would help if one of my lights was actually pointed directly at my painting task. That should probably be a little easier to see now. Haha. There we go. Just getting that in. Looking good. Looking good. And then we're going to dip into the lighter wood tone and blend in from that. So you see how I've got it going from the kind of black tone through to a brighter wood tone? Just a nice, easy color blend. No effort required, which, you know, we love. Painting minis takes a long time, and finding ways to go and make some of the bits and pieces of it faster is always nice. Just making sure that there's nothing stray going on in there. There we go, good. What's also interesting is designed for solo play. I mean, yes, I guess that makes sense. What with Citizen Sleeper being a solo game in itself. I must say, even though that there's been a pretty big renaissance of solo TTRPGs, I am yet to be really into that. The thing I like most about tabletop role-playing is the element of collaborative storytelling, and how working with other people to tell stories can give surprising outcomes, which obviously, when it is just me, is less of a case. So I've always found myself in need of a little bit of convincing when it comes to that kind of thing, but I'm open to it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you know where I'm at. You know where I'm at. We're gonna switch to this because there is a wooden plate here that we're gonna go and also paint in dark wood, and then switch to the lighter leather color. It's coming along though. Oh, I should give the dono tracker a refresh, just in case there have been any surprise turnarounds and I have been ignoring that I should switch to a different mini. Give me a second. Wow. Okay, nope, we're still on the them both vein. No worries. Okay. Oh, and we need to do the mask as well. Starting in that darker wood tone, and then just blending it up into the lighter one. It's always nice when there's a part of the mini that you can just like, yeah, just slap some paint on it. Nice. We will probably go in, I definitely will go in and do some edge highlighting on that to bring out the brightest pieces of it. But that is looking clean to me. Okay. I do feel there's good potential for drama in the trio sleepers. Like, if limited supply of your essential drug, who gets it and how much? Oh yes. Oh yes. Being able to kind of do that level of... There is a cyberpunk tabletop RPG called Hardwired Island, which has economic struggle as part of the main discussion of the game itself. Although the player characters have a burden, which is just the you know, the amount of money that they owe to various sources and entities. I just realized that this is multiple layers of cloth, so we probably need to be painting that cloth in a brighter color, maybe in the white actually. We'll get the pale sand and start shaping that back out again. Yeah, no, this was supposed to be a sash the character has. Okay. That's fine. was already actually pretty white in the back anyway. Okay. I also managed to apparently get some schmutz on the thigh. I can fix that though. That's not too difficult. Okay, okay. Let me double check what kind of colors I'm working with here again. Pink, white, magenta, black, and lavender blue. Okay. We're taking the finer detail brush again. I've overloaded the brush a little bit, but that's okay. We are in the process of painting quickly. Okay, okay. Right. This collar. Oh, that elbow also needs to be in flesh tone, I think. I'm out of pink. We're almost done with our first hour. All the kind of nooks and crannies covered. I did manage to, again, get a bit of a cross color on the wings, but we can fix that. That can be fixed. Alright, we might as well just also... continue to build that back up. Okay. Need to resolve what we want to do with that. That might also be in the wood color, actually, right? Maybe the tip of the spear is in white. That feels like that would be an interesting include. Fixing the top of the thigh with the dot of that's fine. We have an opaque magenta that we can use. We have some laser magenta from AK. Hey, Ruben, good morning to you. How are you doing? Or good afternoon, considering where you are in the world. Hello, hello. Yes, we currently have the Thembo Fae in the lead. But hey, if in the second hour you would like me to go switch to a different mini, please do throw a spanner in the works and donate. How are you doing today, Ruben? How are you enjoying your Saturday so far? It has been a little bit chaotic on this end, mostly my fault. But we are getting through with this painting. Actually, this has gone actually quite well. I mean, I knew it would. Obviously, there's no reason why it wouldn't. Haha. Teehee. Yeah, I need to start also deciding what parts of this are going to be in black. And colouring those in. We'll respond shortly. Hang on. Don't worry. Take your time. I'm going to go get some of our Black Lotus speed paint and paint the back of the band. Back of the headband in that. The shoulder pad also. In black. That runs into the recesses of that quite nicely, actually. That looks really good. And we can also, as we were doing before, do a color build up from black to the various dark browns. Hopla. Okay. Yeah, I think my dark brown contrast is like bled into my black, but to be honest, that probably, you know, has given means that I'm not working in too severe a black while I'm working on this, actually, which is be nice. Having some color nuance at all is probably a good thing. Okay. You donate. Oh, of course. Thank you very much for your generosity. Let me go and double check the feed. Waha. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much for the $41 and 20 cents donation, but do you want to attribute that to one of the 4 minis is the important query. Because if it is not for them buffet, I will have to switch what mini I am painting, which I am happy to do. That is specifically the setup of what this is, but just letting you know that you can attribute that to a mini. I like the sound of Jet Set Hacker. Okay. All right. Let me go and finish that. Okay. And with that, we will go and return from behind. Let me go and update the information. We are now setting Jet Set Hacker to 4120. That's updated there. Cool. This goes out of the way. This goes out of the way. This comes in. The Jet Set Hacker is here, who I will be painting in the non-binary color scheme. Let me flip my wet palette around so I have more room. Okay, what are we going to be working on first then? Purple. Purple is my favorite part of the non-binary flag, so let's do that first. Working in Luxion purple and Hive Dweller purple. Feel like a wealthy Florentine patron. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we are going to go and But yes, now thank you. After we've resolved your delightful amount of generosity, Ruben, how are you doing? Are you all right? I think the trousers here are definitely going to be in purple, so we can start working on that straight away. I really quite like this mini is from Corvus Belli's Infinity, and they always have a very shall we say, like, textured metal surface, which takes paint really interestingly. Like, these kind of detailed contours does a lot for contrast paints, because it gives them something to glom onto. For some reason, this one didn't show up in the chat, but yeah, it's chill. Had to walk through the forest. Ah, nice. A forest walk. Touching grass. Couldn't be me. Could not be me. Okay. Inside thigh there as well. This strap is probably going to be in a different color, but I can manually paint that in white later. Okay. It's actually very, very vibrant purple. Love that. Now we need to kind of decide if the top part of her is going to be also in purple or in a different color. I kind of want it to be in a different color. How do they do it? Sure. Okay. That might be in the black. That could be in the black. And then we can do the edge highlights in the yellow. Sure, sure, sure. Making up the color scheme as we go on the fly. Oh, I need to update the bit here, because that's going to be in an incorrect amount. Give me a second. There we go. Right. Let's make sure my brush is nice and clean. A thing I'm gonna do actually is, like, you see all these little ridges here, painting those in like the non-binary flag. Let's put that closer to the camera. Paint all the non-binary flag colors in the little ridges, I think would be good. How's the streamer doing? I'm doing okay. Small bits of chaos while we've been live. I managed to spill my coffee everywhere, and I managed to also accidentally separate one of the minis from the base. But nothing irreparable. Mostly just funny. So we're good. I'm good. The tooth extraction that I had at the start of the week is in a process where it is healing nicely. Still kind of aches, but I'm no longer being, like, kept awake at night, being like, oh, this hurts. Oh, this hurts. Oh, this, like, until 4 in the morning, which was bad. I hated that a lot. So yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, wisdom tooth removal, an important thing to happen to people. Bad, sucks to be part of. Okay, cool. And her sleeves. Oh, we can do the sleeves in purple. I can't believe the dentist tried to silence you. Homophobic. No, he was very nice. He was a very nice man. I haven't told a lewd joke this month. I can get away with it. There is I think the experience of going to the dentist is very, I think, taste defining. You know, after that experience, you're going to love a large number of fingers being shoved into your mouth, or you're going to hate it for the rest of your days. Never have I felt so vulnerable, chat. I'm glad that is exactly the kind of response I was expecting. No, it sucked. I did not enjoy it. Would I have enjoyed it more if the dentist was hot? A question. What a question. But yeah, no, it was just kind of invasive, honestly. I don't know if I was really a fan. Oh gosh. Okay, all right. That's all tinted a nice color. I need to decide what the boots are. The boots can also be in yellow. Yeah, let's do the boots in yellow. I do feel like getting your teeth bones pulled forcibly out of your jaw is maybe not the hottest thing for most people. Hey, I'm of the opinion that your medical professional shouldn't be hot. Fair enough. I think there are probably people that disagree with you, but to be honest, that's fair. Building up to yellow on a dark color can be really difficult, though. So what we're going to do is that we're going to actually work up on... get an ethics board on that. No hot people in this hospital. What we're going to do is work up from, like, a browny magenta into orange, and then finishing on yellow, ideally. This stuff can be a little experimental, but you know, we move. We're going to take a little bit of African shadow and use that as our brown. We only need a little bit. And we're just gonna start tinting the boots. And to be... because it's quite a detailed mini, but also I know that my time is limited, so I'm being a little impressionist here. Just getting in the lighter bits and pieces. Especially since we're not using this color to define form, just giving a base coloration for the feature colors to go onto. Yeah, you're not looking for an awakening, you're just looking for the tooth removal. That is fair and understandable. You know, you don't necessarily want to go to the dentist and then be like, well, now I have a complex about this. But for those that already do, I respect you. Actually, to that end, let's go and think about the other parts of this that might be in bright colors. I think the gun might also be in a yellow, if not gold. So we can use this magenta as an early wash across it to tint it a color that's not dark. Now let's see. We're also probably looking at the edge and inside of the hood. Tactility involved there. Honestly, I don't want to bring that vibe to a person doing their job to make it easy for me. I mean, yeah, it would be those kind of personal interests are fun to have in theory, not useful to have in a practical circumstance, I think is probably the best way to put it. So every 4 needs to be yellow, looking at the flag. An experience a friend had. Oh, do tell. Oh, do tell, darling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, this is... Yeah, that's right. 2, 3... Oh my god. This one. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. That's enough exactly for 3 non-binary flags on the inside of that arm. Friend had a phobia of needles and usually is uncomfortable getting blood taken, etc. Except one point way back, a pretty nurse woman had to take my blood, put my hand by my arm. I mean, that's definitely a strategy. It's definitely a strategy to get people to sit still. Okay. And we probably want to do the strap in white. Yeah, a lot of the straps are probably going to be in white. Okay. Right. Let's start working on the orange. I want to actually get some of these built up to yellow, like now. Because I think that would make it very clear that it's in the non-binary flag colors, even if I don't necessarily manage to finish this mini on time, right? Nice dollop of opaque yellow, sort of similar. Dentist assistants once lead over too far. Breast nearly choked you. You may be the protagonist of an anime, Ruben. Congratulations. To be honest. Help. Yeah. You've been isekai'd or what have you. Trapped in another dentist with my smartphone. So we're starting the process of building up that that dark red into orange. And then we're going to be using that to then build into yellow as a third and final layer. Getting full dental plan coverage in another world. I mean, you know, mercifully, the insurance that I have, or like I guess dental work plan that my place of work has, does cover some of the expenses, but a lot less than I would personally like. To be honest, the purple and orange go together quite nice too. Okay, and then we're also building up the side of the gun as well. Oh, this gun on the back, I hadn't even, like, started thinking about that. Shit. The shoulder pads are probably also going to be in a... The NHS can cover dentistry and, more importantly, regulates the pricing. True. I did go private, but only because... I have a relative who was very, very insistent that I go with the dentist that she uses. Very, very insistent, and kind of like, you know, registered me before I could really say 2 words about it. And granted, very good. Hasn't fucked up, because this is unfortunately a potential side effect or a potential drawback of certain dentists, if they are especially cheap, is that they might not actually always do a good job, and that can have complications in the long term. So not having to deal with that is something that people value quite highly. There we go. Slowly making our way through. We are going to get a little bit of contrast Bad Moon Yellow. Getting that good shake up I got, eh? There's a little over half an hour left. We're making okay time, considering we're painting 2 different minis today. And a little bit of that to apply to my palette and blend in with the super opaque yellow that I like to use. And we're just gonna start building into the yellow on the shoes. And hopefully, because yellow is not very opaque, so it will show through a lot of the color underneath. So the fact that we've done a degree of underpainting in orange and magenta should actually reflect on the mini itself, and give some color depth on the other side of it. So it's yellow, but it's not pure yellow, right? It's a blend of other yellows to get it going. Tartarus Key. I still haven't played Signalis yet, actually. A game that looked cool, but also the number of horror games I have played is low. And I'm like, ugh, there's something about... I've always been very reluctant to buy very difficult or very scary games, because I'm like, oh, why would I want to spend a large amount of money on a game that I would not like, right? I tend to go with games that are relatively easy and story-driven, like shoo-ins for me, which does mean that sometimes I'm not very adventurous in my game-playing choices. But I do kind of struggle with horror stuff. Signalis is great and not very scary. Yeah. I know Signalis is very, very well liked. Okay. Sorry, I'm going quiet while focusing on a fiddly part of the painting. There we go. You can see, yeah? Okay, good, good, good. A huge win for lesbians worldwide. Hey, you know? Lesbians do stay winning. Hey, the yellow really pops. That's looking pretty cool. All right. I'll make sure the yellow on the back also standing out properly. There we go. Right. Let's start. Building in some of that purple. We want the AK Amethyst Blue. This. And working with some of the purple that we already have. Hey, Noka. Hello. We have 2 minis that have been going. Because as established, the leading mini is what we're painting. So we were working on this Thembo Fae. I'll still finish. I think this is looking really nicely. I'm just gonna have to finish it off air, unless it gets back in the lead again. But we've been for the last half an hour working on this to get it going. But yeah, now I need a much more opaque purple for a little bit to do the back of the mini. Since there are areas that are very much in shadow and need to be built up. In particular, these booty butt cheeks. They are very round and so clearly need additional shine to them. Important. Oh gosh, do I get some gloss finish? Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it, Noka. I'm not especially accomplished as a traditional artist, but I have gotten much better at miniature painting over the last 3 years of me doing the hobby. But how are you doing, Noka? Are you excited for the gloss? Okay. We'll definitely do that then. Before the stream is up, let me double check what order the non-binary flag is in. I should know. It's my flag. It's the 3rd stripe that's purple. Okay. Oh, it's not thick enough. Okay. Such fiddly detail work. Okay, cool. I'm going to do hair in purple as well, actually, thinking about it. Oh, don't worry, I had my non-binary flag upside down in my room for months before finally realizing. I know the feeling pretty okay. I'm not used to being up this early. Hey, yeah. No, I'll be passing to you in a little under half an hour. For some Kirby's Dream Course, am I right? It's a cool game. Such a deep cut as well. Like a very good choice. A very good choice of game to go run there. I dig that. That. Also building up this here as well. Just making sure that the purple is coming through nice and strongly. Getting those layers in. Okay, and now we're gonna go and get our bright purple. Looking at a nation's flag like, what pride colors are these? Flag colors go Pride 1 is easy because Roy G. Biv. Hey, you know, there is that, but there is also the Philadelphia Pride with the black and brown stripe, and the original Pride, which you can see cycling beneath me. It's currently just to my right, with the pink and cyan as well, one of my favorites. We're going to bust out a little bit of the Gene Stealer purple, some lavender. Giving that a good shake as well. Shake, 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 shake. I remember seeing that tweet of the Welsh dragon on pride flags. Yeah, I get it. I do think that there is a degree of easy visibility, or like easy referencing of pride. Like they did an example of a whole bunch of pride flags with the dragons on it, and as cool as it was, looked a little ugly. Graphic design is my passion. Energy on some of those. You continue to sculpt booty volumes. This booty speaks volumes. Okay. A little bit of patchiness of that. I can. Okay. All right. Looks good. We should probably start pushing at the white. This miniature really was made with the bottom of all time. Oh my goodness. I know, right? Where are you going with all that ass, hacker? Right, we need to get the... where is my Inktense white? I want my white ink, please. Where you at? Where you at? Here we are. Inktense white. It's a bit liquidy, but it does definitely work very well in kind of giving some good coverage. And we only need a little bit, and we're probably going to be mixing it with the pale sand that we have. I'm just going to put a little drop of that in and get that mixed with some of the pale sand to get a warm white that has a little bit of a liquid texture to it. and start working on some of the straps. Just making sure that we get some sensible color separation from the other parts of the miniature. It's obvious what part is what is the key here. Even go into the opaque white very briefly and start chipping out this strap here on the leg. Really, I should probably also get some of my my blue-gray and do my undertones before getting too into using white on everything. Yeah, no, let's get the blue-gray out as well. Pale blue is super useful for painting white. You put this underneath and then put the white on top, and you get a very, very kind of solid coverage actually as well. Shodan is so iconic. Pathetic creatures of meat and bone. I did a couple years ago for Halloween. I had an attempt of playing System Shock 2. And the story that it sets is very good, but I found actually playing it really frustrating. But it's because I am bad at shooters, and not necessarily a fault of the game itself. But yeah, no, this is now the process of deciding what parts of this mini are supposed to actually be in white. We want the second... Oh, hold on. Okay. A little... Yeah, the detail work bits is what makes me go quiet, sorry. Oh, that's fine. No, I put that stripe in the wrong place, but it's fine. Oh, okay. Let me adjust the focus so you can see up close. Gosh, you have to be an octopus to stream sometimes, I swear. Yeah, there we go. The stripes inside the arm. And really, I should be doing that on, like, the legs as well. But as long as we get that front arm done by the end of stream, then I will be happy. Let's make sure that that strap is clear in there as well. I can tell we're getting near the end of my playlist as well, actually. Dun, dun, dun. Do, do, do. No. Mm-hmm, Okay, okay. Yeah, that shoulder is already, it's just getting the... Oh, that edge also needs to be in yellow. Sorry. As we desperately go and be like, what bits am I missing? What bits don't have color on them yet? This here needs to be built up to yellow. You know what, I can... And then it's deciding on how I want to do the bits and pieces that are in black. Some bits, like the hood and everything, that I think can probably be fine. The shoulder on the inside needs to be in black, as does this one. And then I may need to actually bust out a dark wash to make it obvious that that is a different color to the other part of it, but that looks good. Oh, let's do the face. We haven't done much of the face yet either. We're gonna go and get... Where is that African shadow? Big shake, big shake, big shake! Get a mix of my light and dark skin tones going for a bit more of a mid-tone. And then I'll be using some contrast paint to fill in the gap. Because currently the underpainting on this is in blue, so we need to actually put some warmth there, otherwise it's going to look very strange. We can even get a little bit of the magenta we used before and kind of get under her chin a little bit. We want that red in there so when we put a color on top it will retain skin warmth, like there is blood in there, and not just a flat skin tone. Is the aim of the game. Although I might need to leave that to dry first before I go in with anything else. But that's looking all right. Let me build on the hair a bit more. We're closing in. Metallics might also be a thing that we're doing here as well. The back of the jacket also needs to be with that yellow. Moving that around. I'm supposed to run out actually. Let's top up. Flip this over. Shoster update in the Discord. Oh, I will have a glance at that later. Hope Shoster's doing well. Best kitty. Coloring in M and P. There we go. Right. She's been very excited because the new neighbors are moving in with a lot of new noises for her to listen to. Ah! She is definitely a very curious kitty. Oh, this is warning me that I only have like 15 minutes left. Okay. Alright, alright. Don't get too distracted by the fact that time is running short for me. Am I as far as I would personally like on this? Yeah, we made solid progress on it. We made solid progress on it. It's not perfect, but you know, done. Well, it's not done either, so I can't necessarily say that done is better than perfect, but I don't normally paint this quickly. So the last 10-minute stretch of trying to get everything you wanted planned before you got a raid is stressful. Yeah, we're still schmoovin'. We are still schmoovin', but it is definitely the kind of like, okay, what do I know that I can do to make this feel a bit more complete in the next 15 minutes? Because, you know, this is looking pretty reasonable in terms of where things are as a miniature. I would, with a couple of additional steps, you should have started with a smaller list, Gem Time. That's a you problem. This is maybe too thick. I need to water that down a little bit more. And then I can use a skin tone to bring that in. Skin tone wash to bring that in with itself. Okay. So ambitious. Flew too close to the sun like Icarus. Let's see here. Oh, right. Let's get the gloss and make the trousers really shiny. Because then we still get to do a fun, silly thing, even if we don't finish other bits and pieces on time, right? If I can find where I put my gloss, that would be a good thing to have. Excuse me, it's contrast medium. Here's the gloss. Odd coat gloss. And I can use the thicker paintbrush for this. Using it to the palette. I probably need to change my depth of field focus again, don't I? Yeah, that'll do. Now it is a shiny booty. wet look. I think you can even tell at this stage that it's definitely much glossier than it was before. I guess that means that this part is also in gloss. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Time for not necessarily dangerous, but definitely a tricky part is working with black, because obviously making mistakes with black can be hard to fix. But we can just be careful and breathe steady and we'll be fine. We have 10 minutes left. Or thereabouts. Getting black on my nail polish. Don't. There we go. So now we have the non-binary flag on the inside. There we go. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? I mean, chill tunes, although it's at a higher pressure to remind me that I only have 10 minutes before we're passing on the raid to somebody else today. Highlights in the black on the back of it, actually. It's going. I'm excited for today, but also nervous enough that I woke up an hour before your alarm. Hey, yeah, no, you have big stuff going on today. You've been working very, very hard about getting all that going. No, in addition to the Pride Parade, good friend of the show, Sheila Ornthalis Come and Go Tavern also has an anniversary event on of sorts today. That, you know, tune into both. What? Porque lo los dos. Tune into both things. Do it. Working in some additional colors that aren't part of the flag color scheme, but just to make sure that we have bits and pieces going. I need to go and actually use the skin tone there, or else she's going to look like an alien. Love all the chibis. Yeah. Arlie Darkfire, who organized this event, put the art together. Put that art together with everybody, but yeah, I was like, oh, I can make that like cycle at the bottom of my screen while I paint. That would be, I think, really charming. So They are on a little endless march down there. There we go. God, it's like learning how to do makeup to do the faces on minis sometimes, I swear. Right, okay. What else are we poking at to get it going on? Oh, those can probably be in a bright purple. Okay. Getting these painted up. Nice. And on this side as well. I'll definitely be going in with these later with kind of like a big bold highlights to kind of cement to the rest of the process, but okay. We're in our last 5 minutes. Okay. Well, we did a lot. We did a lot indeed. Noka, if you're still there, am I passing over to you and not Carby, right? I will have to make sure that I have you set up so you are good to go. Alright, alright, alright. Well, thank you for your patience while I finish up. Well, not even finish up. I don't think I'm close to being, like, done with this mini. But I think we did a lot, actually. I think this has definitely made its way there in a way that's worked quite nicely. You know? Shoot. All right. Okay. With that done, with our 2 done, we're going to go and get the tech set up so we can go pass over to Sunshine Noka. Oh my gosh, they changed my stream manager page. Hold on. Right. Holding these on while I... Yes, there we go. Alright, we are going to go and start that raid. Passing on to Sunshine Noka. I have been your androgynous AI game show host from the Future Caster. This has been a No Caster Twitch channel, and we'll see you all in the future, but for now, we're sending all of y'all over to the delightful Sunshine Noka for some Kirby's Dream Course with Pixel Curbs. Have a fantastic afternoon, everybody, and I'm sure I'll see you all on air soon. Later! Haha!